Did you ever grow up with parents who, whenever you take second position, they are like, actually the person that took first position, does he have two heads? Or, basically when you try to do anything, they always didn't fail to compare it to other people's children. If this is you, then this episode is definitely for you. And I'm sure that you'll be blessed by it. So stay tuned for the next 10-15 minutes. Hello, my name is Victor Akan, and I would like to welcome you to yet another episode of my Breath of Hope podcast. And today we'll be talking about how comparisons, right? How your parents compared you to other people and how, it has played out in your life. And I do think that this is a very important topic. And the reason why I think so is because we speak so much about envy, but we don't know where envy comes from. Think about a child that got all A's 1B, got an average of say 80, and he comes home happy, gets second position. Your father is telling you who got first position. You'll be like, Isaac. Father says, Isaac that got first position, does he have two heads? Now, you put in the time, you put in the effort, you put in the hours to read, to study. Now, all of the good things that you've done, your father has turned that into dissatisfaction by comparing you to somebody who did slightly better than you. And let's say the previous 10 you had like 6. So, to be honest, it's like you've had a very good improvement from where you were to where you are. But your parents always want you to be the best, always want you to be the star. This is a very bad mindset. And the reason why this is very bad is because you're running into some sort of trap of dissatisfaction. So what that means is that regardless of whatever you do in life, the moment that there is somebody that gets it better than you, begin to become envious, right? So for instance now, you buy a car. Let's say you buy a Toyota car. Let's say 2008 muscle. You're feeling like a big boy. You're feeling happy. But the moment you see that your guy has bought, let's say, a Benz, you begin to feel inferior. Why? Because you were taught that you had to be the best at whatever you did. You had to be the star. You had to basically be the center stage. And so the moment there is somebody that has it better than you, that is your friend, you suddenly feel intimidated, you suddenly feel envious. And this is how witchcraft really starts, to be honest. Right? Witchcraft starts by jealousy, by envy. And the backbone of envy and jealousy is essentially comparison. Because what is happening at the back of your mind is, you're telling yourself that, I have this person has this, why does he have this? And you're comparing what you have to what the person has. The moment, before you know it, you become envious of that person, you want to covet what he has. And all of this started by comparison, by not being content, by not finding satisfaction in what is yours, by not finding delight in what is yours. I know we think that envy and jealousy is just teacher, there's nothing deep to it. If you understand the story of Cain and Abel, 2 brothers, right, offered sacrifices to God. God accepted one, God rejected one. And one got envious and decided to kill the other. And you realize that this thing started with Cain being envious of Abel. One God accept your sacrifice and not accept my sacrifice. Then the next thing is prone into murder. So what's happening now is that there is a chain of events. First, comparison. Second, envy. Right? For some people, their envy leads to backstabbing, leads to gossiping, leads to name tarnishing and all that. For some other people, they take it to the next step to eventually poison and kill their friends. So let's say, for instance, your friend got a big job. Let's say a $1 job. You're envious. He calls a party. You're envious because you're still earning 150. You then decide to poison his drink and kill him. It happens. We see it, right? And so you must learn to find contentment in who you are, in what you've achieved, and compare yourself with yourself, not with other people. If not, it's pressed to something else. And what are some of the ways in which you can basically find satisfaction in yourself? How you can stop comparing yourself to other people? Very simple. Number 1, you must understand that everybody is different and everybody is here for their own assignment on earth. Now, you cannot expect LeBron to be comparing himself with Ronaldo. He's a basketballer, Ronaldo is a footballer. The metrics are different. When I was in university, I did see a picture that says that it is stupid to compare, the fish by its inability to climb the tree and say that the monkey is better than the fish. No, they are just 2 different things that have 2 different purposes in life, that have 2 different assignments on earth. And so you cannot compare one person against the other person because they have 2 different assignments. Because they have 2 different assignments, their potential, their giftings are built differently. And so their favor will also be different. So let's say, for instance, now you have two people. You have a pastor that has been created to, have a mega church. That pastor is not better than the person that has been sent to a remote village to be a missionary. Why? They have two different assignments. The important thing is that as long as they are both doing what they are supposed to do on earth, then they are both on equal wavelengths. And so what that means is that your specialty in life is not in comparison to what your peers has achieved. Your specialty in life is in comparison to how well you are doing what you are meant to do. And please understand that your life does not consist in the abundance of what you have. Why? Because what you have can be lost tomorrow. You can have a big house and fire cuts down the house. Doesn't mean that your whole value and estimation has gone. No. It doesn't make sense that you compare what you have to what other people have, even if you're on the winning side of it. So what that means is that if you're the one that has a Benz, your friend has a Toyota muscle. Because what happens if your Benz gets burned tomorrow? Doesn't mean that your friend is not struggling better than you. Of course not. And so understand that a man's life does not consist in the abundance of what he has or what he has. And so with that, you must learn to find contentment with who you are and your inner being. Understand this. Life isn't about, what you have or what you don't have. Life is about the beautiful memories that you're able to create with those who you love. It's not a competition. And the reason why it's not a competition, because one day we'll all leave this world with everything that we have achieved, with all the gifts that we get, with all the money. We'll all leave this world. Who then do we become if we compare the basis of our worth, the basis of our existence to these things? And so you must learn to find contentment with who you are, with where you are, and build up from there. And if at all you want to insist on comparing yourself, comparison is a good thing. But the only kind of comparison that is good is self-comparison. Compare yourself with where you were yesterday, not with who somebody else is. And the reason why you shouldn't do that is because just like the same way, a monkey has, hands and legs and limbs and all of those things, that it is important for it to climb a tree. A fish doesn't have any of those. A fish has a fin. And so a fish is built different. A monkey is built different. And so by nature, you can't compare both of their abilities together. In the same way, by nature, you cannot compare yourself with somebody else who drops from somewhere else. This person was born with different DNA. You were born with different DNA. You were born with different environmental conditions. He was born with different environmental conditions. You cannot compare. There is no basis for comparison. And so you both have different personalities, different level of family support. Everything is different. And so you are taking away a lot of context, and then you are just comparing the eventual outcome without putting into mind this context or these different capabilities or environmental factors that has made you people very different by virtue of strengths and weaknesses. So you must put all of these things in mind. What are your own strengths? Be grateful for those. But most importantly, compare your yesterday to your today. Okay, so this is who I was yesterday. Yesterday, my earning capability was 250k per month. It's 5 years time, my earning capability is still 250k. Then you have a cause for concern because you're not growing. So how can I grow? What are the steps I can put into place? Oh, so 6 months ago I had anger issues. Next 6 months I still have anger issues. That's a good comparison, Yasik. You're comparing yourself. You're trying to become a better version of yourself, not a better version of Femi, assuming I'm Victor. Not a better version of Femi, but a better version of who Victor was yesterday. And so these are some of the things that will help you. Understand, number one, that everyone is here for a different reason, and so comparison doesn't make sense. Number two, find contentment in yourself, where you are, who you are. Number three, only compare yourself to the you of yesterday, not to somebody else. And I hope that these tips helps. Thank you so much for staying with me. If you have any other tips, please include it in the comment section. If you have any question, please ask it and I'll be sure to respond. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciated it. Bye.